my name is Jack Aydelott. I'm a chef in the Conferences and Catering Department here at the University of New Hampshire. I'm here to talk to you today about smallwares. One of the most important is a fire extinguisher. If you've seen any of my videos, I make sure that this is prominently displayed. It's not right next to the stove, but it's within easy reach. This will only cost you about $20 at any box store. Buy it. Watch a YouTube video on how to use it, because it's very important that in the moment that you know what you're doing. Extremely important to have. You will use this in your lifetime at least once. I promise you. Okay, what are some of the essentials for our kitchen? Right off the bat, we're going to need a can opener. This is a manual can opener. It doesn't cost a lot of money. It's easy to use, and it's compact. Sure, you can buy an electric can opener. That won't cost very much money either, but it's a lot bulkier. And if you're going to be moving from apartment to apartment, job to job, sometimes it's easy just to have something inexpensive like this that you can throw in your luggage. Peelers. Peeling carrots. Now, this is an old-fashioned style peeler. You work it sideways. Does it work well? Sure. But it can be a little hard on the wrist, especially over time. I first discovered these about 30 years ago. This has more of a pulling action. It's a little easier on the wrist. You can pull towards yourself. You can use it to shave cheese. It's strong enough because it's stainless steel to hold up to peeling a butternut squash. They do have plastic versions of these that are also excellent for home use. This won't cost you more than $10. After the peeler, let's talk about spatulas. So a metal spatula, if you do any grilling, you're going to need to have a metal spatula. It's nice and firm, good for flipping burgers, good for moving things around along on the grill surface. Lately, some of the metal spatulas are in this style. This is a fish spatula. It's becoming quite popular, quite hip. It's smaller. It's a little bit more delicate, a little easier to use because it has a shorter handle. You wouldn't necessarily want to use this on a grill because your arm would be exposed to the heat. But kind of nice, kind of compact. I like using it inside when I'm working with delicate items in a saucepan. Okay, a good pair of tongs are essential in your kitchen. We were just talking about spatulas. Spatulas are great for flipping burgers, pancakes, moving things around in a pan. But if you have a couple of chicken breasts cooking in some olive oil and you flip them with a spatula, good chance you're going to have some olive oil spattering on you, on your countertop. And if you're on a flame, you might just light the whole pan on fire and you're suddenly reaching for that fire extinguisher. A pair of tongs allows you to flip them gently and put them back down. This pair costs maybe $15. It has a nice feature because you can make them short if you're working inside, or if you're working outside, just press these little buttons, and I can use them on my grill. After the tongs, we're going to need some measuring items. So, a good pair of stackable measuring cups are essential. Stainless steel. They won't cost a lot of money, maybe $15. Are there more expensive ones? Sure. Do you need them? No. They stack together, they're compact, easy to transport. Same thing with some measuring spoons. You're going to need these if you're measuring out ingredients. They do not cost a lot of money. $10 to $15, you'll get yourself a great pair that'll last a long, long time. A thermometer is a critical piece of cooking equipment. You may not think you need it because you're not doing a lot of baking, you're not doing a lot of roasting of meats. But when the time comes, you're going to need to have this. It will only cost you about $12 to $15 to have one of these. You can keep it in the cabinet. This is an analog thermometer. I like analog because I don't have to worry about the batteries running out. However, if you're going to be doing a lot of high temperature cooking where you need to check the temperatures of oils, this only goes up to 220. A digital thermometer will usually go up into the range of the 350 to 375 that you're going to need for that. I have it with me. I use it for my bread baking, for checking the Thanksgiving turkey, for checking the roasts. Highly recommend getting one of these. Just put it in your drawer. It's small, compact, will travel with you. Last but not least, a sheet pan. This is the identical sheet pan to what we use in our kitchen at the university. It's heavy duty, it's aluminum, it's very thick. Now the thickness is important. Do not skimp on the sheet pan. A thin sheet pan is just a disaster waiting to happen. It will warp over time from the heating and cooling. You put it in a cold sink, it's going to warp. The other disadvantage is when it's thin like that and it's become warped, You put your cookie dough on here, you put it in your hot oven. About 5 minutes in, as that metal starts to expand, suddenly it pops and all your cookies go flying all over the oven. And suddenly you're scraping cookie dough off your oven sides and your floor. So I highly recommend heavy duty sheet pan. Does not need to cost a bunch of money. If you get them on sale, you might get them for $10. If you do, buy 3 of them. They stack together. They don't take up a bunch of room. And I always find I need one more sheet pan than I happen to have. Now, to make your life easy with your sheet pan, I recommend getting a sill pad or a silicone pad to put in there. This will make your life so much easier if you happen to be roasting in here. You roast your vegetables, you roast your meats, everything comes off, you scrape your fond off to make your sauce, and you wash this. And the sheet pan's basically clean. A little bit of hot soap and water, off you go. Traditionally, we've always used parchment paper. So parchment paper is really easy. You don't have to wash it like you do a sill pad. When you're done with it, you just toss it in the trash. It doesn't cost a lot of money. You can buy a bunch of them. They can be a little hard to transport, as they tend to go everywhere if they hit the ground. And sometimes they can be a little expensive if you're only buying a few at a time. I buy 1,000 sheets at a time, and I split it with someone in the office. And then we also give these away to our friends and family, because what am I going to do with 500 sheets of parchment paper? But it's pretty cost effective, and I like them. If you're doing a lot of baking, sill pads can be awfully handy as well. And that's it. All right, those are my essential smallware kitchen gadgets. I do want to mention a few of the larger items that when you become more established that you might want to get for your kitchen. First is a rice cooker. This is essential in our household. We eat a lot of rice, grains. It makes cooking them so much easier. You don't have to monitor the stove top. You don't have to worry about them scorching to the bottom. You had a cup of grain in here. You've had a little bit of liquid, whether it be 1.5 cups to 2 cups. Flick the little button at the bottom. When it's done, it pops, keeps it warm for you. It's easy to clean, and it doesn't cost a lot of money. The small one that we use costs about $20. Some of the larger, fancier versions will be $40 or $50. But if you like grains, I highly recommend them. Another item, when you start getting a little more serious about cooking and you have a little bit more room, is a food processor. This particular model is made by Hamilton Beach, only costs about $60. It does its job well enough. Cuisinart makes a much better version. I think it's around $180. You can slice with this, you can dice with this, it'll chop, it will puree soups for you, it will make doughs. You can put your dough in here, turn it on, pulse it, it'll knead the dough for you, it'll make beautiful quiche doughs. I highly recommend them. It does take up a fair amount of room on your kitchen counter or in your cabinet. So definitely something for when you have a little bit more room to work with. Now, spice grinder. This is a little more specialized. This is when you're starting to get a little serious about your cooking and you want to start grinding your own spices. You want to start grinding your peppercorns and your coriander seeds and your anise seeds, and you want to start making your own spice blends. Nice thing about this is I call it a spice grinder, but it's actually a coffee grinder. If you ever look at a cooking show, they might have it held to you this way because they don't want to show you the name. They're probably not getting paid by crooks to tell you that it's their version, but it's always their version. Works flawlessly, costs maybe $15, super compact, easy to use. Put it in the cabinet when you're not using it. Along the same lines of grinding, I do recommend getting a pepper mill. You could take your coffee grinder to the table when you're serving your salad or your meats, but it's not nearly as sexy as grabbing one of these suckers and offering it to your guests. Last but not least. Now, this is an odd thing for a chef to recommend, but if you have a small apartment, maybe you only have a little 2-burner stove, or maybe the kitchen's so decrepit you can barely cook in there, a one pot is something to look at. I actually bought this for my wife. She wanted to make her own yogurt, and she wanted to do a little cooking around the house, and she's actually going to be making dinner tonight with this. It's not expensive. This particular size, it's more than big enough for the 2 of us. Costs around, I think, $70 on sale. I'm not endorsing one particular version over the other. Always look at reviews before buying something. But with this, you can saute in it. You can make stews in it. As I mentioned, you can make yogurt in it. It's also a pressure cooker, so it can cook food extremely quickly. Is it something I would use? No, because I I'm a chef. I have my pots and pans. I like moving around in the kitchen. But if you have limited space and limited time, this is an incredibly good piece of equipment. Once again, look at reviews before purchasing it. So that's my spiel for today. Thank you very much for spending your time with me. On behalf of the University of New Hampshire, I hope to see you guys in the future. Thank you.